Hello, I'm the developer of Puffin Plains, and I am here today to make a little short video that basically explains what the game is, what it feels like to play the game, and what my thoughts on it are as well. So let's just jump right into it. We'll start a new game, we'll create a random airline, and start in a random airport. And so right off the bat, you can see from the little event we have here that there are goals in this game. So that's kind of the big game loop, at least for the current game mode that I've implemented. It's that you have to accomplish goals every quarter. So quarters are 7 days long, and this goal is to operate in at least 4 cities. So let's check out what those 4 cities are. We're going to start in Yantai, which I believe is in China. Yep, okay, perfect. So we'll start by unlocking Shenyang and Shanghai. So those are the two closest cities to Yantai, and basically as the game progresses, more and more cities will spawn. And you might have just seen me make some planes there. I just did it very unconsciously, but I'll actually go through the process here for Changsha. Oh, I'm actually too poor, so I'll wait a little bit. But the basics of this game is you're delivering passengers between airports, and passengers will spawn and wait for planes, and if they don't get on the plane after enough time, they will despawn, which will hurt your reputation and lead to the airport closing. And as you can see here with this goal, we have to unlock one more city this quarter, so I'm going to actually go ahead and do that. I'm going to unlock Changsha, and I'm going to put a new route going into Yantai. You can choose here from any of the planes that you have unlocked so far. So right now, at the start of the game, we only have the Satal Pico and the Levern Veteran. I'm going to go ahead and order another Satal Pico because we don't actually have one in our hangar. We have to order planes before we can assign them the routes. And let's assign this plane. You can see here that some passengers are despawning. This is because I wasn't delivering passengers, but they were spawning because I hadn't placed down the route yet. But now that I've placed down the route, things should be good, and we'll just wait for the boarding rate to go back up as all the passengers get delivered. You might have seen here that two new airports opened up in Beijing and Zhengzhou. Zhengzhou actually has a little bit of a bonus. If I go and click on it, it has a large facilities bonus. So if I serve this airport, what's going to happen is I'm actually going to get some additional fleet capacity. And so fleet capacity basically represents how many planes you can have at once, both in service and also in your hangar. So we have nothing in our hangar right now, but if I go ahead and proactively order a couple of planes, just so I have them available, they'll become available when they finish construction. So these will finish construction starting 5 hours from now and then 8 hours after that. And you can actually upgrade your build times and upgrade the range of your planes by using Puffin tokens. So let's actually go take a look at this quarter goals met event we just got. And so what happened was we finished one of our quarters. We're now in quarter 2. And because of that, we have been assigned a new quarter goal, but we've also gotten a little bit of a reward. So we get to choose what reward we want. We can take the miles, or take Puffin tokens, or take a mix of miles and Puffin tokens, or take some planes. So if I do a quick back of the napkin calculation here, these planes are only going to be worth around like 5,000 miles. So it makes more sense to take either the Puffin tokens or the miles. And I think I will take a mix of Puffin tokens and miles. And so with that extra Puffin token, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go to Yantai, and I'm going to upgrade it to a hub. And so hubs are pretty useful in this game because what they do is they reduce fuel costs and landing fees. If I go to a plane, let's take this plane for example, we can see that its daily profit is its revenue minus all its expenses, which makes sense, but some of the biggest expenses are landing fees and fuel costs. So by making a hub and then centralizing our operation so that planes fly through hubs, we can reduce these costs and increase our profit. Of course, that's not necessary. If I want, I can just make lots of point-to-point flights and, it's still possible to be competitive as an airline in that case, but I like the hub playstyle, so I tend to do that frequently. You can see here that some more cities just unlocked. We got Kikihar, Vladivostok, and Jeju. And so cities kind of unlock spaced out evenly and basically close to your existing airports or sometimes very far away. You can get in a far away unlock city event, and that'll basically say unlock cities in, Australia or what have you. So our network here is looking pretty good. I think I'm going to actually expand to Chichihar because it has a plane factory. So by serving this, actually just by unlocking it, I'm going to get a basically 10% reduction in how long it takes for my planes to build. So if I go here and look, it's already 7.3 hours when it was 8 hours before. So I'm going to order a couple more planes just so I have them in stock and because I have the money, and basically just wait for the quarter to finish here. You can see the map here. There's a lot of different cities in different parts of the world. Uh, as the game progresses, you'll be able to expand across oceans and go over the North Pole, whatever you want, really. But it's more of a gradual, I would say, growth, unless you want to force it. So if I really wanted to, and if I had the money, I could unlock Perth right now. So Perth is only 12,000 miles, and I think I have a plane that can reach Perth. I actually don't know if the Midville PAX 125 can do it. It has a range of 7,000 kilometers, but a lot of new airports are opening. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go into cinematic mode for a bit and enjoy my airline. Just press N while in cinematic mode to change the view, and it basically just picks a random route and then slowly zooms into the route. So you'll see the sunrise here, and I think it'll look pretty. Yeah, that nice view. Okay, we just got the notification that our quarter goal was met, so now we need to maintain 8 well-served routes. And I think for this, I will take, again, the mix of Puffin tokens and miles. I don't really have anything specific I want to do with the Puffin tokens, so I'm just going to go ahead and expand. I'm going to go to Qian, and then I will actually go to Taipei. And afterwards, let's see, where else? Yeah, let's go to Beijing. And so these are big cities, which means my network might start overloading. I'll have to see. I'll speed it up right now, and then we'll see. I have a lot of people at Yantai. I'm going to go into the network overview. Yeah, we have quite a few people waiting at both ends. Let's sort by alphabetically. Yeah. Okay, at Xi'an especially, we're not really able to service all the passengers. So I'm actually going to order a Levering Veteran, which is a more advanced plane, and switch the plane model of this guy. So once that becomes available, they will use the Levering Veteran, and that means that we'll basically double our throughput on this line from 30 to 65. As far as these other routes go, let me take another look. I can just hover over it too. Yeah, it looks fun. Actually, there's a lot of people waiting at both ends, so I'm going to go ahead and just add another plane here. Let's duplicate that. And we see people despawning at Shanghai, so actually Shanghai is not able to really cope with demand just with this only tiny 30-person plane. So let's go ahead and order a second 60-person plane for that route. I think that would be helpful. And Beijing too is having issues. Yeah, this always happens in China, just because China has so many people. It's it's kind of an aggressive, quick growth. If you play in other places of the world, you will have a more slow and maybe a pleasant journey, but that means you can expand faster and maybe achieve a higher score at the end of the game. So let's just wait for the quarter to end here. And
The board of directors is
oh,
your performance as
that's
CEO.
not good. So I think what must have happened was right before the quarter ended, one of my routes dipped. It was well served, but then it became not well served. So that's always the danger in only having just enough routes to meet the quota. It can lead to situations where if at the very end you have a few passengers despawn, it'll tank the reputation of one of your routes, and that'll basically, end the game for you. So I should have played it safer. I should have had a couple more cities unlocked and a couple more routes, but yeah, I hope that gives you a decent summary of Puffin Plains. I mean, there's a lot of depth here and a lot more to do that I didn't show you, but overall, I hope this gets you excited to play, and make sure to wishlist the game on Steam. Thank you.